Hi everyone. Today you are going to be watching this video lesson screencast on Unit 12, Cycle 1, Lesson 1, which is about converting measurements. For example, in this Get the Goof it says, Carmela said that the 200-minute long movie was 2 hours long. What is wrong with her thinking? Okay, she thinks that 200 minutes is equal to 2 hours, which is not true. Think about what you know about minutes and hours. You know that there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So we're going to use this information to set up a ratio table to figure out how many hours 200 minutes is actually in hours. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to make a ratio table. And right now we are comparing minutes to hours. So make a ratio table on your notes. Make it say minutes to hours. And then to start this off, you're going to put what you know about minutes and hours. Okay, you know that there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So those go across from each other because 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. And then we're going to put 200 minutes under minutes. We don't know how many hours are in 200 minutes, so we're going to figure out. We are going to cross multiply and divide, what you guys have learned earlier in the school year. So to do this, we would take 1 and multiply it by 200, which is 200. And then we would take 200 and divide it by 60. And you can do this on your calculator also. You're allowed to use calculators. But for this one, you probably want to do it by hand, because the calculator is not going to give you the remaining minutes if it doesn't go in evenly. So if I do 200 divided by 60, 60 can't go in the 2, it can't go in the 20 either, but 60 can go into 200 3 whole times. 60 times 3 is 180, so we're going to subtract 180 from 200. And when you subtract, why am I borrowing there? You don't need to borrow there. My mistake. Let's make this a 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay, so what we have is 3 hours and 20 minutes. So 200 minutes is actually 3 hours and 20 minutes. That is the correct conversion. So today we're going to be using ratio tables to help us convert measurements into different measurements, just as we did here, minutes into hours. So the point of today is to make ratio tables to do these conversions. Okay, like I said before, today we're going to learn how to convert between metric units and between customary units for weight, capacity, and length. Okay, so for example, metric units for weight would be like what you use in science, grams, kilograms. Here in the United States, we use pounds and ounces. For capacity, metric units would be like liters, like when you go to the store and you buy a 2 liter, that's a metric unit. Here in the United States, we really use gallons and ounces and pints, cups. That's what we use for capacity here. And then length, metric units would be like meters and centimeters. And then here in the United States, when you guys learn how to measure length, you guys use feet and inches and yards. So we're just going to learn how to convert in between all of these. Okay, it says convert to the given unit, show your work. Okay, show your work means to make ratio tables. And I don't know why it's not going to let me write on this page, but let's see if it'll let me write on here. There we go. Okay, so show your work means to make a ratio table here. Southside Elementary's basketball court is 16 yards wide. How many inches wide is their basketball court? So we want to be able to convert 16 yards into inches. Now think about what you know about yards and inches. Okay, you should know that 12 inches is equal to 1 foot. You should already know that. You learned that in first and second grade. And then you should know that there are 3 feet in 1 yard. Okay, so for this example, we're going to have to go from yards to feet first, and then we're going to have to convert the feet into inches. So for this one, we're actually going to be doing 2 ratio tables because there are 2 steps to do. To convert yards back into inches, we have to first go from yards to feet, and then feet to inches. So if we start out by doing yards and feet, okay, make a ratio table for yards and feet. Okay, there's feet, there's yards. We know, you want to put what you know first. Okay, we know that there are 3 feet. 3 feet is equal to 1 yard. That's what we know. We don't get that from the story. We get that from what we know in our head. Okay, so in order to convert 16 yards into 3 feet, we have 3 feet is equal to 1 yard, and then we're going to put 16 yards under yards. Okay, we don't know how many feet are in 16 yards, so we're going to use cross multiplication to do that. So if I do 16 times 3, that would be 48, and then 48 divided by 1 is 48. So that means that there are 48 feet in 16 yards. Okay, we're not done because it says how many inches wide. So now we got to take 48 feet and convert it into inches, which means we have to do another ratio table since there are 2 steps here. Okay, so we're going to compare feet to inches now, because remember our goal is to get down to inches. Okay, we already converted our yards to feet. Now we got to go from feet to inches. Okay, we're going to write down what we know first. We know that there are 12 inches in 1 foot. So 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. We know that. Okay, we're going to put 48 feet here because that's what we're trying to convert into our inches. Okay, so in order to solve this, we would have to cross multiply and divide. 48 times 12. And then 48 times 12 divided by 1. Okay, so if you're using a calculator, okay, you can do 48 times 12 on your calculator, or you can just do it the old school way. Might be faster to do it this way, so it's very simple numbers. Make sure I multiply that right. 16 and then 9, 0, 8, 4. Okay, good. And we crossed that out if we didn't want to use that. Okay, so what you end up getting is 576 inches. This is a 6. It's supposed to be a 6. So there are 576 inches and 16 yards. So how did we do that? Okay, we knew that there were 3 feet in 1 yard. Then we had to write down 16 yards down here because that's what we're trying to convert into feet. We ended up getting 48 feet. Then we had to make another ratio table to convert these feet into inches. We knew that there was 1 foot and 12 inches, so 48 feet would have been 576 inches. That is the answer to this problem. Okay, next it says convert to the given unit. Show your work. The largest elephant ever recorded weighed about 12,000 kilograms. What is the elephant's weight in grams? Explain your thinking. Okay, so you're probably thinking, I don't know anything about grams and kilograms. So we know we're comparing kilograms to grams. So if you don't know anything about kilograms and grams, what the state of Ohio has done is on your air test, they're going to give you this reference sheet, and it looks like this. Okay, you're going to be allowed to use this on the air test actually. So if you look at it, it tells you that there are 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram. So you're going to be taking that information off of this sheet if you did not know that already. So going back to here, okay, we want to know what 12,000 kilograms is in grams. So we're going to write what we know about kilograms and grams first, and we're going to get that off the reference sheet. We know that there are 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram, so that's what we need to write down first. So in 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. Okay, and we need to convert 12,000 kilograms back into grams. So I'm going to write 12,000 underneath kilograms because that's what it stands for. And then we're just going to cross multiply and divide. So 12,000 times 1,000. Now we're going to get a really large number because if you know anything about grams, it's like one of those like little pieces of weights that your science teacher probably gives you to measure something in grams, and they're very tiny. So our answer is going to be pretty big just because you know, there's 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram, but now we have 12,000 kilograms, so it's going to be a really large number. So if we multiply that and then divide it by 1, you're going to get 12 million. Now, how did I do that so quickly? Because in math, when you multiply and there's numbers with zeros, you basically just count how many zeros there are. And that's how you know very quickly. So 12 times 1 is 12. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. So that's how I know it's 12,000 grams. Or sorry, 12 million grams. That's 12 million grams. So it's a lot. If you think about it, elephants weigh a whole lot. So, okay, so that's it for the lesson today. So remember, think about what you know about converting measurements. Some of it you will know, like 12 inches is equal to 1 foot. Some of it you may not know, so you're going to have to refer to this sheet here. And I actually have this sheet printed out onto your homework. It's the very first page on your homework, so you can use it if you need to refer back to it, because like I said, I don't remember a lot of this stuff. So this would be extremely helpful if you don't know this stuff, which is probably most of you. All right, well, that's the lesson for today. So after this, I would like you to go to EdSite, and there are 4 questions on EdSite to do. And then once you submit those, then you need to do the quick check, and it's the box that's after this box on Google Classroom. And then after you do your quick check, then you may work on your homework, which is Unit 12, Cycle 1, Lesson 1, and you do all the problems, and you can use a calculator. I will see you guys tomorrow. And remember, please be respectful towards a sub. Please do everything that they ask you to do. Please don't be obnoxious. Just be respectful so that I can get a good report tomorrow when I come back. Thanks. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.